Hello everybody and welcome to Car Confections. I'm sure you're probably looking at what's behind us right now, and that is the 2024 Ram Revolution EV concept. This is one very important truck, and we're at the Chicago Auto Show today and we're going to be doing a first look review. We're going to show you all the details inside and out of this Ram Revolution, so let's go ahead and get into that. So at this point on our channel, you've seen Chevy get into the EV game, Ford get into the EV game, and GMC get into the EV game. Now it's time for Ram to get into the EV truck market, and I think they've really done a great job with this exterior. Seeing this in person, this is a very striking looking truck. And we also have some new design elements on board, which are gonna proliferate, I believe, throughout the gas-powered Ram lineup as well. So up here in the front, we've got this really cool signature lighting element. Basically, we're using lighting as kind of a grille in a sense, because it makes this shape that goes around the headlights, pinches in, and then you have the illuminated Ram emblem all through the front there. It's a really, really nice look. Now, of course, you don't need traditional airflow, so a lot of this is gonna be sealed off, but even though this is a concept, I think this is a very realistic and very attainable look that can go into production when this finally does come out. All right, guys, and you are seeing the frunk coming open right now. How neat. So this Ram EV truck does have a frunk. You can see that inside of here. See how much space you have? And it's also illuminated on all the edges as well. Now, one of the interesting things about this is, of course, you do have a frunk, which is something you can't have with a gasoline pickup truck. But when this guy is open, you'll notice there's a hole right there. That's because with the mid gate, which is in the back, we'll show you guys that in just a second, you can actually pass an object all the way from the tailgate through the interior and into the frunk for a total of 18 feet. I don't know what type of object is 18 feet, but maybe a big piece of lumber or something like that, you can pass all the way from the front to the back. That's a pretty useful and unique feature. Also, when this is up, you'll notice a big part of the headlight actually remained. I don't know if this is gonna be a concept exclusive feature, but it's a really, really neat design touch. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the side design as well as these wheels. This is a 24-inch alloy wheel. Now, of course, every concept has to come with humongous alloy wheels, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something like this actually offered on the full production version, because this is a really nice looking wheel. As you can tell though, it's also aerodynamic inspired, so a lot of this is going to be sealed off to help the air flow all the way through it. Also, the center cap, just like a Rolls-Royce, this will stay pointed upward even when it's turning around through. Now I'll climb on up here and let's take a little bit of a look at our mirrors. Of course, with the mirror, we do have the camera mirror system. This helps with aerodynamics, but it is currently illegal in the United States, but a lot of manufacturers would put this on here if the US regulation changes, which it might. We do have illuminated Ram badging, which is really cool looking. You got the flush mounted door handles. And as far as the side design goes, this is a long truck. It's absolutely humongous. It's actually going to be an additional 4 inches over top of the Ram 1500 that's currently available. This can come with a third row on the interior, which is absolutely mind-boggling, but you can add jump seats so you can actually seat some extra people behind the second row. And then walking around to the rear of this Ram EV truck, you're definitely going to notice a very cool design. Now, the tailgate is already down, but they say it has a barn door style to it. You can also see that it's split in the middle, so you can separate the two ends of the tailgate. Plus, you do also have some LED taillights. Of course, these are going to be very premium LED taillights for an EV truck, as you would expect. Now, as far as the bed itself, you're going to have a lot of cool stuff going on back here. It's not just your traditional bed. You have a lot of rails going through the middle. You also have tie downs on all the sides, LED strips of lighting on the top. And check this out. We have the Ram power panel. So we have a 120 volt outlet. Actually, two 120 volt outlets. We have a 220 volt outlet, and we have an aux jack all in the back of this Ram Revolution. Now, have you guys ever seen a truck like this? I certainly haven't. Of course, this probably won't make it to production, but we've got the suicide style doors, the Rolls-Royce look going on, and we don't even have a B-pillar at all. So this is the most open interior I have ever seen here. It's very easy to talk about this. One of the things I want to point out actually right from the start here is how reconfigurable this interior is. So you can see that we actually have a rail system going on here. This rail system allows for all these seats plus the center console to slide and be rearranged into whatever orientation you want to do it in, which I think is a really cool idea. And like I mentioned earlier, you do have those jump seats that can fold down and make a third row. So if you slide, say, your front seats forward, your second row forward, then you can actually make a pretty good amount of legroom in the third row. Now, of course, this is a very futuristic interior, so let's take a detailed look at this. Lots going on here. These seats, I love this design. This is a design that's using a lot of different materials. These are environmentally sourced, of course, and you do have a really nice look. A lot of fabric and mesh going on, stitching details through here, color contrast seat belts going on. And I love this steering wheel. This is a kind of squared off steering wheel. Reminds me of something we've seen on like a sports car, but it has a really nice look to it with the stitching detail. Just like a lot of electric cars, it's kind of a minimalistic look to the dashboard. So when you're looking in here, you don't have a ton going on. You've got these nice ambient lighting strips. You're gonna have a big augmented reality head-up display, which I don't think you can see through the camera, but that's gonna be basically your replacement for a traditional gauge cluster. The idea is you don't have to really look at anything except out the windshield. The main display here, 28 inches. As you can see, it's a multi-part arrangement there. So you can actually stow one of those sections of the screen. The lower section can be hidden, or it can be used as one kind of big display like what you see right here today. Now, just like a lot of electric vehicles, we do have an augmented reality voice assistant, so you can get a lot of the functions to be done by just speaking to the vehicle itself. And of course, since this is an electric vehicle, you're gonna find plenty of space on board as well because the floor is flat. So with this new electric platform that Stellantis has developed, it does allow for you to have that nice flat floor and have all types of innovative storage solutions when this futuristic product does eventually become a production model.
Now, I do want to mention that this part is actually completely hollow, and they filled it in with a wood trim piece. So very, very nice materials inside of this Ram. Of course, the Ram 1500 Limited that's currently out is a very nice truck, so they have to, keep up those nice standards there. Now, a few other things I want to point out. Check out the roof. This is basically an all-glass roof. You also have ambient lighting going on through here. I mean, looking at this truck, I honestly feel like I'm in 2050. It's just so much more advanced than anything we've seen on the market today. We do also have controls for all the lighting up here in the middle, as well as the rear seat controls. And speaking of the rear seats themselves, these do also appear to have like power adjustments, so you could maybe power slide and recline your rear seats.
Now let's talk a little bit about what's under the hood. Of course, being an electric vehicle, there's really nothing under the hood, but we do have a brand new platform. It's called STLA. It's an EV body-on-frame platform for this Ram Revolution truck. Now, there's no estimation of battery capacity or range right now because it is still just a concept, but Stellantis has said this is using an 800-volt architecture. That would allow this to theoretically charge something like 100 miles in 10 minutes.
And guys, that is going to be all for our first look review of this all-new 2024 Ram Revolution EV concept. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you know what you need to do. You need to hit that subscribe button down below because we will be covering this Ram Revolution when it comes closer to production, something that you can actually purchase. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You'll get the latest notifications on some of our most recent content and cool cars like this sitting right behind me. Now also follow us on TikTok and Instagram, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.